Jobs in Pods.
Welcome to Jobs in Pods, the only podcast where you can hear real employers talk about their jobs and tell you what it's like to work there. I'm your host, Chris Russell. This Jobcast will feature GE Consumer and Industrial's Commercial Leadership Program, or CLP. It is an 18-month training program designed to develop commercial talent within the GE C&I business. Qualified candidates can expect a great deal of exposure and job experience before rolling into a sales engineer position. It includes formal classroom training in GE's state-of-the-art facilities, mentoring from senior leadership, and career planning throughout the 18-month program. Joining us today to discuss the role is Consumer and Industrial CLP Program Member, Nicole Jones. Hello, Nicole. Welcome to Jobs in Pods.
Hi, Chris. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Nicole, why did you choose to work at GE?
When I was searching for a job out of college, I wanted a company that I knew would have room for opportunity and growth and could provide me with the necessary skills and the ability to learn that I needed to be successful in my career. And, you know, GE being a global business that it is, has 5 different businesses. And with all of the technology and effort that GE puts forth into its employees, I had those opportunities at my hands. You know, GE is a leader in everything it does, and no matter where you go, everyone has heard of GE in one shape or form. In my opinion, GE is a game changer in a lot of markets and, you know, with the breakthrough technologies that they're constantly producing. So that was an important part in my decision. Also, not to mention the benefits are great.
Nicole, describe a typical day as a CLP. Tell us about some of the projects you're currently working on.
Being a CLP for Consumer and Industrial, one day I could be in the office entering orders, handling customer issues, quoting a job from a one-line or an engineering spec. The next day I may be out in the field with an account manager or sometimes even a DM doing a sales call. Once in a while you'll get to go out and visit job sites where, you know, the end user, the electrical contractors will be installing GE equipment. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might even be attending a distributor promotional event. A lot of times, you know, at least usually once a quarter, I'll be in some sort of training, ranging anywhere from 3 days to 1 week. So honestly, it's hard to say that you have a typical day as a CLP because every day you're dealing with something new and learning something different, which is great. And
talk about the training that you receive. What's that like?
Well, as I mentioned on the previous question, you know, a lot of on-the-job training, which is, you know, spending time with your account managers or your district manager, learning the sales techniques and learning the market that you're going to be out in 18 months to 24 months, depending on when you finish your program. Mm-hmm. There's formal classroom training. We do 2 product trainings at GE Center for Electrical Solutions in Nela Park. We have sales and marketing training to help you prepare you for your future as a sales engineer. Some of those topics include dollarization, 7 habits, selling techniques at GE, and how to go to market, which in the electrical distribution business, going to market can be very complex. Mm-hmm. We also do at least one factory visit where you'll visit one of GE's manufacturing facility and actually get some hands-on training experience building some equipment. Mm-hmm. This year it was actually at our plant in Mebane, North Carolina, where they manufacture some of our Spectra panels, motor control centers, and switchboards. And the amount of understanding you gain on how the products are built and the process of engineering an order is invaluable at that factory visit.
So if I were to ask you, what are the things that you really like about your job there?
One thing I like about my job is my customers. They make every day, you know, exciting and, you know, something new is going on. Mm-hmm. The networking opportunities, you meet so many great people in all parts of the country, from your peers to upper management, whether it be attending a training or, you know, on a CLP call. Mm-hmm. Various projects that we work on, everyone has to do a 6 Sigma Green Belt project, which is geared at improving a specific business metric. You may be asked to help in some beta testing for an upcoming software release that could be very important because it's probably a system that C&I employees use day to day. Not to mention, at the same time, you're helping your account managers quote jobs so that when you roll off program, you'll be able to hit the ground running. If you're involved in some of the corporate core initiative teams, you could be working on various projects geared towards enhancing the CLP program. One other thing I really like about my job is the balance between engineering and sales. I'm very much a people person with a technical mind, And sometimes when you have your standard engineering job, you miss the communication skills that you're looking for.
Right.
And with the CLP program, this is an awesome opportunity to use both.
Okay. How would you describe the people that you work with there at GE?
The people that I work with at GE, I would have to say, are some of the greatest people you'll ever meet. A lot of people at GE share the same values, which is, hardworking, dedicated, and proud to be a GE employee. The general attitude, whether you're in the manufacturing environment, in a sales office, talking to upper management, is upbeat and positive, which I think is really important. And people are always willing to help you learn something new, which is also very important. Nothing is more valuable than learning from somebody that has been there and done what you're going through.
Nicole, how would you say the CLP challenges you?
Well, one of the most challenging parts of the commercial leadership program is probably time management. Because balancing the time between your actual job, which is an inside sales role, supporting customers, account managers, and then you have to try to complete your training program requirements, which is attend training sessions, participate in conference calls, do a Greenbelt project, be engaged in the commercial leadership program.
Right.
Along with that is the fast-paced learning of products, which requires you to use your technical aptitude. Also, project management, because you're managing jobs that are being, that are actual jobs. Customers are paying GE money to have these. And also you're learning sales techniques from the account managers that you're supporting. One of the other challenging things that I find is being the liaison between the customer and the factories. That's tough because you're there to serve the customer and meet their requests, but at the same time, this is a business, and the business needs to make money.
My last question for Nicole, how does CLP help you in your career development or progression? What can you say about that?
Well, from day one as a CLP, you'll be given challenging assignments, which, gives you a lot of exposure to key customers and upper management. Your networking capabilities on the CLP program are endless, whether it be a CLP conference call with guest speakers from different parts of the business, or attending a training class with your peers from all over the country. All of these opportunities are great, but as with anything you do, your career development is what you make of it. And I guess, my take on it is the commercial leadership program provides me with the necessary tools and responsibilities that I need to put my technical skills to use and learn the sales techniques to hit the ground running as a successful sales engineer. But if I don't use those and maximize that time on program, then I'm only hurting myself in the end. So.
All right, well, there you go. So, that will do for this edition of Jobs and Pods. Nicole, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks, Chris.
For more information on careers with GE, visit gecareers.com. And to hear more Jobcasts like this, visit jobsandpods.com. Don't forget you can subscribe to our Jobcast on iTunes. Just do a keyword search for Jobs and Pods. Thanks for listening, everyone.
No matter where you go, everyone has heard of GE in one shape or form. In my opinion, GE is a game changer in a lot of markets and, with the breakthrough technologies that they're constantly producing. So that was an important part in my decision. Also, not to mention the benefits are great.